I'm going to share Facebook.
Ooh.
I'm live. Share. What's going on? Tyler W is first. What's going on, Tyler? Movie was so worth it, man. Thank you so much, guys. I'm waiting for this movie. The movie's out, Tyler. It's out. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Will you be able to do Jason versus Batman for the next Halloween? Well, this one took me 5 years to make, so I don't think definitely not by next Halloween. But I'm not opposed to the idea. Maybe we'll do a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or something like that. Just one sec, guys. Let's go. Turn up my light here. Oh, that's better. You can see me a little bit better. I don't look dead anymore. That's good. That's all right, Tyler. No, Tyler, go check it out. It's only an hour long. Well, it's 57 minutes, 22 seconds. But yeah, check it out. You'll love it. It's blowing up right now. Oh, let's see. Will win. There has to be a part 2. we'll have to talk about that. I appreciate you guys. This is my dad, by the way, everybody. He's the one that gave birth to me. So, well, he didn't give birth. Without him here, this fan film never would have happened because I wouldn't have been born. So, thank him. Yeah, he just watched it for the first time and he loved it. It's pretty cool.
Incredible. Just incredible.
Yes, I do play Batman. Jim. I was at a Halloween party today. Awesome. 5. Yeah, I started writing it back in 2019, so it's almost 6 years actually. But we started filming in 2022, and finished up early 2025, and we're just editing. All right, thanks, Tyler. I hope you enjoy it, man. Thank you, Clark Kent. Thank you. Thanks, Clark. The ending was crazy, just like a Halloween movie would do it. Yeah, I wanted to make the movie. Spoiler alert! I wanted to end the movie in a way where both Batman and Michael Myers kind of won. Batman got his ass kicked. Michael got his ass kicked. Michael doesn't get captured, disappears. So that way, it leaves it open for a possible sequel, but also so that way, you respect both franchises. Instagram. We have Instagram. There is a Facebook account called Halloween Night. I don't post on there very often. It never really got taken off, no matter how many times I posted to it. So I didn't do much on that. But Instagram's gotten pretty big. We are currently at, I think, 1,500 followers on Instagram, and that's under No Joke Entertainment or Halloween Night Movie. Yeah, thank you. Jerry said we nailed Bullock. Yeah, honestly, Bullock wasn't in the script at all, guys. I met Phil Sawyer at a Comic-Con halfway into shooting, and I was like, this guy would be perfect as Bullock. And I watched a couple of movies that he was in, and I was like, oh, I love this guy. So I ended up messaging him and then asking if he'd do it. And he was like, oh, I'd love to. I love Batman. He runs a comic book shop in Cohoes, New York. So it's pretty awesome. Meteor X Gaming, what's up, bro? How are you, Dan? There was one problem with the scene, some bit too dark to see what's happening. Yeah, that was our bad. I'm not happy 100% with the coloring of this movie, and we've already decided that we're definitely going to do a remaster of this to really refine the color grading, so that way you can see everything. We're going to make sure we test it and watch it on multiple different platforms, so that way we can actually see how well it looks. Because on the computer, when we were editing, it looked fantastic, and then we rendered it and put it to YouTube, and YouTube tends to make things a little bit darker and it mutes sound a little bit. So we're gonna have to boost some of the sounds and recolor it. But I definitely would like to do a remaster of it at the next year, just to make sure we get the final product before we do Blu-rays, because I definitely want to do Blu-rays, and you guys stay tuned for that. We're going to definitely get that done. Let's see. But yeah, sorry about the color. Sometimes it gets a little dark. I agree. But I hope you enjoyed it regardless, though. Where did you come up with the idea for this movie? I was really drunk. I was watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we were drinking that night. Me and my brother Austin. He was the one that was on the video yesterday, saying, "Oh, this is why it's delayed," kind of thing. We were just watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, drinking way too much, and I leaned over to him and I said, "Bro, how sick would it be to make Batman and Michael Myers fight?" And he was like, "That would be sick." So the next day, I just couldn't shake the idea, and me and my buddy Adam, who plays Alfred Pennyworth in the film, wrote the whole film together, and it was awesome. Such a good experience. Let's see. Y'all got me with Nightwing. We almost did that, Jerry. We almost actually did that. It was back and forth, and I asked so many people. I asked my dad. I asked my mom. I asked like everyone I knew who loved comic books. What do you think if I was to kill off Nightwing? And some people said do it. Some people said don't. But we ultimately kind of all voted on it, and everyone was like, "No, don't do it." Reveal at the end that he's alive. So we kept him alive. I'm going to post my review on my TikTok Monday. Literally such a great film. Thank you so much, bud. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed. Would be great to see Zaz and Michael interact, two rival serial killers. Yeah, I thought about doing some. I thought about putting Joker in it. I thought about all these silly ideas, but I really wanted to focus on the characters of Batman and Michael. I didn't want to get it, sidetracked with other characters. So we didn't. If we ever did a sequel, I definitely would add some villains for sure. How do you feel about Jason versus Bane? I think Jason would slice Bane in half. I think Bane would kick his ass a lot, but I think Jason would ultimately end up winning because he can't die. And Bane's not the smart. He is smart. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think that he would get outplayed by Jason eventually. Because Jason does some crazy ass feats, Was the Batmobile made in Blender? I'm not sure where it was made, but I made it. I'd hired a guy who's actually from another country. He lives in Turkey, and I hired him on Fiverr, and his name is Raul, and he did all of the Batmobile shots. I think he did a pretty damn good job. Well, he might have used Blender. I don't know. I didn't watch him make it. I just said I ordered it and said, this is what I want. And he made it. The kills were creative, really creative. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. Dad and I both loved the movie. He was making comments about what he hopes for if you make another movie. What are those comments? Actually, don't tell me the comments. Tell me in your review. I want to see. Red Hood versus Art the Clown. I think Red Hood is super cool character, but I do think he's overused. They use him in way too much, in my opinion. I personally preferred for Jason Todd. I think his character is great for dying to the Joker. Making Bruce have all this stuff, but I don't particularly like Art the Clown. I think Art the Clown is like a very silly. RW said hi, Matthew.
Oh, hey RW. What's going on? Great job in the movie. Holy
yeah, awesome job. Everyone, RW Martin in the chat there. That is Commissioner Gordon. Fucking bravo. He did such a fantastic job. We fucking love RW. So good. He's such a good actor. The Joker versus Freddy Krueger. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. I love the idea of that. Did you Sork with martial arts? I've never taken any martial arts. I just fake it till I make it. I guess. But we just I just tried choreographing the fight best I could using storyboards, and I watched a lot of references I watched a lot of different fight scenes from old movies, new movies, and I kind of just put together a scene that I think would be cool. And I think it came out pretty good. The final fight. All right, see you later, Mater X. Thank you for stopping in, man. The final fight, I think, is good enough. Like I wanted it to be a little bit more extravagant, and there was a huge scene that was supposed to happen, but the budget for it was going to cost me a lot more. So I just didn't do it. Phil Sawyer, everybody. Phil Sawyer's in the chat. Phil Sawyer plays Harvey Bullock right there. You guys, make sure you drop him a follow. He is awesome. Probably one of my favorite people. Between R.W. Martin's Commissioner Gordon and his Harvey Bullock, they're my favorite part of the whole movie, I think. And also the Shamrock kids, who I'm going to now that it's out, there is a nickname for the Shamrock gang there. They are the Unlucky Shamrocks. And I'm going to eventually be making t-shirts that says Unlucky Shamrocks on the back with their heads, and then Halloween Night on the front pocket. It's Matthew and Nicholas, RW said. I'm going to send the movie to everyone I know, and I'm probably going to put it on a DVD. Well, you should wait to put it on a DVD because we are going to be, well, not probably, we are going to be remastering this film with better color, better sound, and everything like that. Probably next year or a year and a half or so. It's going to take some time. We want to make sure it's good. This way you guys can enjoy it while where it is right now, and then eventually we'll have a perfect version. And then at that point, we're going to do Blu-rays. Phil Sawyer said, "Yo, Matt."
You guys did incredible in this movie.
How would I write the version of Joker? Well, my clown prince of crime, the Joker, would be brutal and mean and a little crazy. I love to do Joker's voice. I play the Joker's voice in the Arkham tapes on the channel, the Bat Feed. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Bat Feed's Arkham tapes, but the Joker in all of his episodes, that's me, Nicholas Kranich. But I love Joker. That was also, by the way, in the movie, only one monster in Gotham. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I probably have my brother, honestly, the skinny kid in the beginning of the movie that gets the baton shoved down his throat. That's my brother Austin, who did all the editing for this. He's got a perfect tall, lanky build. I think I would make him the Joker if we did Joker. And he's a good actor. Austin can act his ass off, so it would be really good. I'd probably try to teach him how to do my Joker voice, or maybe I'll do the ADR for him. I don't know. It'd be cool though. Hey, the kid in the clown costume bumped into Mike. The way Mike looked at him, I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." that was the idea, man. We wanted it was also a paying homage to the scene in the first Halloween movie when the kid gets bullied and then runs across the street and then runs into Michael, and it's like, "Bwah!" And then he's holding the kid just like that, lets him go, and the kid runs off. That's pretty much, we did the same camera angle, everything. But it's also him kind of recognizing that, the clown and the blonde-haired kid. It's supposed to be him kind of like, And that's why he doesn't do anything to him, because he's kind of takes him back for a second. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Amazing. All right. Bullock and Gordon in the house. Hell yeah. R.W. Martin, Phil Sawyer. You guys fucking killed it. Killed it in the movie. Your performance killed it. You were such a big help for location scouting and ideas. And you guys just are a huge help, honestly. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I'm begging you. All right. Gordon was the real hero. Hell yeah. Saved Batman's ass. Just finished a great job. Sequel? Possibly. Possibly Wes Craven. Maybe me and you can do a collab, Wes Craven. I heard you did some really good movies back in the 80s. I would love to do a sequel. I'd love to do a sequel. I have like 3 different ideas to do Batman versus another horror franchise character. I'm not going to say which one is which, because it's kind of like a secret right now. Eventually I would do the thing is, I can't, let me be fully transparent with you guys. I cannot physically pay for this film, like another film. This one, it cost me $23,000. The biggest donation I had was $3,000 from my old boss. I paid for everything else. That's why it took so long. It took 5 years because I was basically making it as I went, slowly but surely getting the funds together to buy everything. Um, and you can make a film that way, but it takes a long time. But so if we were to do a second film, I would need a backing. I would do a Kickstarter or Indiegogo or GoFundMe, whatever, and we would do it. But that's where I need fans and stuff like that. So if people are really into it and want to see us make another film, I can't do it again. It's like this was a once in a lifetime thing for me unless I can get a Kickstarter backing. Does Batgirl exist in your world? Yes. Batgirl in this continuity has just recently stopped being Batgirl. She's like retiring from being Batgirl. So she has been Batgirl for a few years prior to this. But she off camera stopped being Batgirl. So this takes place right before like the Killing Joke, so to speak. Let's see. Batman should go to Haddonfield. Batman should go to Haddonfield. I feel like he'd find Michael Myers in like 5 minutes in Haddonfield. You know what I mean? Because it's just a small town. It's not a big town. And Batman's got that Batmobile. Dude, I was about to suggest Kickstarter. I'd be happy to donate. Absolutely. Clark Kent, like that's my goal. Like the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be announcing the next project via Kickstarter or something like that. Jason Todd is dead in this universe. I have a whole time. I wonder if I can share the screen. Can I share a screen thing? I can on YouTube. Hold on, guys. I got you. I have a video, a picture that has basically what the timeline is of Halloween night. So you can see where everything falls. I got to pull it up first. Hold on a second. Cancel. Forgot I got to pull it up first. Halloween night. Where the hell is the other one? Shit. Bear with me. That's t-shirts. That's not what I want. Huh. I hope I didn't accidentally delete it or something. I might have accidentally deleted it, guys. I just recently purged my computer because it was running so slow. I had like 150 PNGs and pictures from editing and finding stuff that we needed. But yeah, all right, I can't find the image, but Jason Todd is dead in this universe. A year prior to Halloween night, Joker has just killed Jason Todd, and Batman put Joker behind bars. So Joker is in prison. So yeah. Well, he's in Arkham rather. Let's see. That movie was wild. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. I feel Jason would kill Michael. I mean, can you kill the boogeyman though? I don't think you can. And don't say Halloween ends because I don't consider. As a Halloween fan and a diehard Michael Myers fan, I don't consider Halloween ends canon. I hated that movie so much. Sorry if you guys liked it. I hated it. I did not like that film. But I don't believe you can kill the boogeyman. I think the boogeyman, the shape Michael Myers, is indestructible. He's not. You can hurt him, but he's not going to stop. He's not going to feel pain. He's not going to do anything like that. Let's see. The first film was a great, again, awesome work. Thank you, Bat Vengeance. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping and checking it out. Is there sci-fi or magic in this world? Yeah, of course. Of course there's sci-fi and magic. Yeah. I actually thought I had this idea, this is like a rough draft script thing. This is when I had like just bulletin points of basically how I wanted the story to go before I actually wrote it. I had an idea of putting Dr. Fate in the film and then have him try to read Michael's mind. And there was going to be like a dialogues thing where Doctor Strange, not Strange, sorry, Marvel, Dr. Fate was like saying something along the lines where it's like he's not even human, like I can't even get a read on him, kind of thing. But I ended up scrapping it because I was like, it's a little silly, for a Halloween movie. Because in my opinion, this movie is very much a Halloween movie with Batman in it. It feels like it's a Batman film because Batman's the primary character. in the film, but I very much put it into the perspective that this is a Halloween film in Gotham City, essentially. Sorry, I've got a lot of comments coming in. Appreciate you guys being here. It's awesome. If you guys could share the live out, that'd be dope. Is this more cartoony sci-fi like Zack Snyder's, or grounded like The Dark Knight? I would say a bit of both. I love Zack Snyder's stuff. Zack Snyder is one of my favorite directors ever. I think, hashtag restore the Snyderverse in my eyes. The new Superman movie was okay. I prefer Zack stuff. To each their own, but it's definitely more. I would say it's in between Zack Snyder's and Matt Reeves' world, like that kind of style. It's dark, gritty, but it's still got that comic book feel. Film was great. Again, awesome work. Thank you. Is there do you think someone like the Punisher might have an easier time fighting the Shape? No, I think the Punisher would have a more difficult time fighting the Shape, because I think the Batman would mop the floor with Punisher 100%. But I think Punisher would fight. I think Punisher would have a good chance of winning. Don't get me wrong; he's a tough son of a bitch. But I don't think Punisher could beat Batman. So I don't. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But no, that'd be a cool fight too, though. Batman versus Punisher. That's a good one. But Punisher versus the Shape, I think that he would not have an easier time. No, I think it would be pretty equal amount of difficulty for him. Is Michael alive? I think it's over. Well, you hear him breathing at the end of the film. So is he? Is he gone? Is it over? Is there going to be a sequel? I don't know. We'll have to see. I did like how you added the flashback of Halloween 1978, adding more of a body count for Myers. Yeah, no, this movie is a direct sequel to Halloween 1978. It takes place in its own little continuity, kind of like the 2018 film. And this movie also takes place in 2018. But it's like a sister universe to 2018. So it's almost like when you have the timelines, like this, there's a branch that goes off here, and this is where Halloween Night is. And it's like a separate universe almost. And it's very much similar to the way Halloween 2018 is, how he's being transferred to another location. But in my continuity, it's what if he's in the same universe as Batman, and what if he is being transferred to Arkham Asylum? That's the idea. And then he gets out, and then people start to die. Let's see. Yeah, also I did give a little bit of a shout out to the Halloween Kills movie, because Alfred says he was responsible for the death of one officer in 1978, and then it showed the flashback of the flashback scene of the 1978 movie part on Halloween Kills, where he's choking out the cop. So that's a little reference to that movie. Again, that's why I'm saying it's like a sister universe. It's not quite in that same universe, but it's similar. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it. I agree. Ends was rough. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that movie. Who gives a shit about Corey? I don't understand why they did that with that character. I really don't. Agree. Halloween Ends was terrible. They took away Michael's aura that made him the boogeyman. Yeah, the poor guy was falling apart. Will there be Damian Wayne? Maybe one day. My son's name in real life is Grayson. I named him after Dick Grayson's Robin because he's my favorite. He is 7 right now, but maybe when he's old enough to be Damian Wayne's age, maybe we'll make Damian Wayne in a movie. That'd be kind of cool. And he's my son, so he looks just like me. It's perfect. I'd like to think that Laurie Strode finally escapes his brother. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't explore that because I wasn't sure if in my universe if I wanted them to be brother and sister. So I just didn't even mention it because, okay, I'm missing. The comments are going fast now. This reminds me. Let's see. This reminds me of back in the day of the fan film Michael versus Batman, where the story from that was Michael getting transported to Gotham. So it kind of reminded me of that. I've seen like little snippets of that super, super old thing, but I've never seen it. So I didn't take any inspiration. The inspiration I took from the transfer, I was watching Halloween 2018 in 2019 right before I started writing it. And I was like, oh, what if this transfer thing, what if it was due to budget cuts from Smith Grove. What if Smith Grove Sanitarium was shutting down? So they're splitting all the patients throughout the country to different facilities. And what if a 14-hour drive, they were taking Michael Myers to Arkham Asylum? That's why at the beginning of the movie that the skinny guy is like 12 fucking hours because they've been on the road for such a long time. But yeah, no, it's I've never seen that. That's cool though that there people have similar ideas. Are you working on a full movie, or is this of this? I mean, this is a full movie. It's almost an hour long. It's not like an hour and a half long. I would have liked it to be an hour and a half long, but this is the full version of the film. This isn't gonna get. It's not gonna get any longer. We might do something at the end credits or something. I'm not gonna say yes for sure or that, but when we do the remaster, we're gonna do lots of good stuff to make it better. I'm the biggest Superman fan, and I didn't care for the newest film. Zack Snyder was more my taste. Absolutely, Clark. You are on my level, man. Henry Cavill, man. He is Superman. That's my Superman. I would love to do Superman in a movie, by the way. If I did the right script, right story, if Superman was called for a story that I wanted to do, 100% would love to find someone to play Superman and have an awesome Batman Superman conversation in my film. I would love that. In terms of power skills, how does the Shape compare to other Batman villains? I would put him on, like, for strength, I would put him right on the same level, if not stronger than Bane in my universe. That's why I had Batman say the line, his movements were almost programmed, unnaturally strong. I like to think that he's so unnaturally strong that it doesn't make sense. Like it's like an entity. It's almost like there's something about his presence and his feats. Like he can do anything, and it's weird. Like no one can understand it. It's because he's evil. He's just pure embodiment of evil. That's what carries him. So he very much is a devilish character. Like there's something about him, And it's better left unsaid why. I don't like when movies try to explain. That's why I never like the Thorne timeline. I don't like that timeline at all. I don't like when they try to explain why Michael Myers has these abilities. It's scarier if you don't know. You and Aaron from Bat in the Sun. What about us? I love Bat in the Sun, by the way. Aaron's great. He actually, I sent him the trailer a long time ago, and he was like, "That looks awesome! Can't wait to see it." So I hope he checks it out. I hope he likes it. Because those guys from Bat in the Sun, they're a huge inspiration. Batman Dead End, Batman versus Predator and versus Alien, that fan film back in the day, that had me in my mind for my whole life going, I can make movies. I'm going to do it. And here we are. How would you guys do Scarecrow / Freddy Krueger? That would be a cool combo. That is a really cool combo. I have nothing to say about that, though, because reasons. But that's good. Yeah, those fan-made trailers of Michael versus Batman really got me hyped for this film. Thank you, man. Thanks. Those trailers are awesome. I love making the trailers for my film. Hey, man, I did music production for a long time. Score in this is amazing. Thank you. The score was done by Blake Matthew Music. His name is Blake Matthew Penner. He's fantastic. I think he's Canadian. I hired him because I was looking for. I was just typing on YouTube looking for covers of the Halloween themes. That's what I was going to do originally. I wasn't going to hire a composer because I didn't have a ton of money, but I was just looking for like original takes on it, and I ended up finding this guy's channel, and it's called Dr. Corpse. I linked it underneath the Halloween Night movie, and I emailed him, and I was like, "Hey, man, how much would you charge to do these 3 songs?" He did the opening credits. He did Faint in Blue, which is the Nightwing fight. And then he did the final fight between Batman and Michael Myers, which is called Hunt the Shape. And his score is just elevated the film another level. It's fantastic. So definitely go subscribe to Dr. Corpse on YouTube. He is awesome. Let's see. Whoa. Would you ever think of doing a Superman film like Superman versus Alien, or maybe Superman versus Jeepers Creepers, or Superman versus Pennywise? Superman versus Alien would be really cool. Wouldn't that be sick? Have a bunch of fucking CGI aliens all trying to swarm them and then fucking laser beaming them all. That'd be awesome. That'd be fucking awesome. Jeepers Creepers, I don't know if he fits. I think Batman versus Jeepers Creepers would be more interesting. And Superman versus Pennywise, I'm not sure about that because the whole thing with Pennywise's powers, they only work if you're afraid of him, you know? So I don't think Superman would be afraid. He would squash that alien, that spider alien thing like a bug, because that's what he is. He's a space bug. But yeah, I do like the idea. Superman versus alien is really cool. That'd be fucking awesome. Imagine Superman going like he's you know how I'd write that? I'm not even gonna like I don't think I'll ever do it because it would be really expensive to do that because you need CGI and shit. A lot of CGI. But I would make it so Superman make it the story. You know how he in a couple of comic books he goes back and to try to find Krypton to find answers about his homeworld. I would make it so he goes to Krypton, trying to find it, and on the way back, he gets pulled into a planet or something that houses a shit ton of aliens. That'd be awesome. That would be so cool. And then he'd be stuck on the planet for some reason because there's people there or something.
Something Jor-El had.
Yeah, something Jor-El had. Yeah, that'd be fucking cool. There's so many things you can do with that. Superman versus Alien. That's a good idea. Someone's got to make that. Let's see. I think I'm missing comments because I'm so focused on Superman versus Alien. That's a really cool idea. Niall Smith. Hey, Niall, what's up, man? Niall, I used to hang out with Niall all the time up in Valley Falls, New York. Great guy. Wife wants a second one. I had to explain to her I've been waiting for this for like 2 years. I've been waiting for this for 5 years. How do you guys think I feel? But yeah, no, it's cool. I would love to make another one. I really would. So give me your money and I'll make it. I heard they was building Corey's storyline up to be the next Michael Myers. Yeah, I hate that. That's horrible. That's terrible. They should never do that. They should scrap that story and never do it again. Ugh. Michael Myers is Michael Myers is Michael Myers. You're not going to make some random guy we've never seen before Michael Myers. That's ridiculous. You and Aaron from Bat in the Sun would make a collaboration. I would love to do that if Aaron was into that and we had the right script and the right thing to do together. I would 100% love to collab on a film with Aaron. That would be great. So yeah, send the film his way. Tell him about the film. He already knows about it. He's talked about it on his lives a couple times when I pop in. The other day I popped in his live and he was like, "No Joke Entertainment, aren't you the guy making the Batman versus Michael Myers movie?" And I was like, "I am." And he's like, "That's awesome." So yeah, that'd be cool. I would love to collab with him. Let's see. I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. What's going on, bro? Yo, what up, Neo? You guys, Neo, follow Neo. His reviews are awesome. He actually helped promote Halloween Night when I was first, talking about it a long time ago. So he's awesome. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Your Batman voice is perfect. Thank you. My Batman voice is just my voice, really, really low. I just talk like this for the whole film. She won't know anything. I gotta turn my gain up a little bit. I just realized how quiet it is. You guys probably hear me better now. Oh yeah, that's good. Jim, we've seen a lot of bad people in this city, and I've never seen anyone who's completely without motive or conscience. There's always something that's driving them. And Myers, he's no different. We just have to figure out what that is. Hell yeah. Batman. I'm not Kevin Conroy, but I definitely tried to channel my inner Kevin Conroy as much as I possibly could for the Batman voice. No one can beat Kevin Conroy. No one. He's the GOAT. But that's my favorite Batman. Other than myself, of course. Let's see. I've always wanted a Halloween at Crystal Lake. I've always wondered who would win since both never truly die. Yeah, that's the trouble with that film, in my opinion. With doing with doing Michael Myers versus Freddy, they're both so similar and so alike that it's like, how do you write that? How do you write a good story that makes sense? You could just write a fight. You could if you approached it in the sense that Bat in the Sun does with their superpower beatdowns. If you did it like that, where it's just a fight, no story, sure, it could be a 20-minute battle, be awesome. But if you wanted to write a story, why Michael Myers is in Crystal Lake, or why Jason Voorhees is in Haddonfield, or whatever, you have to come up with a good reason. And if there's not a good reason, and the fight doesn't go anywhere because they both don't talk, and it's hard to write. You could, not saying that it's impossible, you could write something really cool for that to work, but it would take a good mind to figure that out, to make it interesting. Robert Englund officially played Scarecrow on Just Do. Yes, he did. I loved his version of Scarecrow. Robert Englund's he played in Justice 2. Remember that? He's so good. Shout out to R.W. Martin. Great work too. Absolutely. He was in here a little bit earlier. R.W. Martin is the GOAT. He's awesome. Great Commissioner Gordon. He's got the look. He's got the acting ability. He's fantastic. Batman Vengeance said maybe at the end of the film of Michael in the water could be that he gets washed up to Crystal Lake. Yeah. Hold on, though. Hold on. Where is Crystal Lake located? I cannot think right now. If anyone knows, let me know. Where is Crystal Lake located chronologically? Like where is it? What state? Because that matters. And I'll tell you why. You can't just have him wash up at Crystal Lake if it's not close to where Gotham is. In the comic books, Gotham City is like very close to like where New York City would be, and New Jersey. It's like right between. It's a fictional map. That's where it would take place. And Metropolis is close to that as well. So if the reason I say if for some reason Crystal Lake was in Florida, that wouldn't make sense that he washed up from Gotham to, you know what I mean? So if he was close, if he was like a Pennsylvania area or Rhode Island, that would work. But yeah. Battering through the hand was a nice touch. Thank you very much. That was just, I bought a battering off Etsy and I cut it in half and then trimmed off a little bit. And then I connected it with a metal bar that went between the fingers. And then we put it really tight against the hand and put some glue on it. And then just put a bunch of blood on it. And the effect is this. That's it. You just turn your hand and it looks like it's in your hand. It's pretty cool. So thank you for the comment. I make animated versus videos with analysis. I would like to work with you to make live action versus fight. Would you be up for it? Low budget. If it can get fund for it, yeah. I can't fund anything right now. I can't afford it right now. So if we got funding for it, maybe we could definitely do something like that. Yeah, Batman versus Jeepers Creepers would be cool concept. Even better too, since both could for real be throwing each other gadgets and driving each other off the road. Yeah, I definitely, if I did a Jeepers Creepers versus Batman, you fucking ain't right. You're going to have a Batmobile chasing the fucking Jeepers Creepers truck scene 100%. Like that would have to happen, right? I can just imagine fucking Batman shooting something out the fucking Batmobile to stop the truck, and then something shoots out the back of the fucking Jeepers Creepers truck, deflecting it. Oh my God, that'd be so cool because his truck's loaded with stuff. So cool. That would be an awesome concept. I would love to do Jeepers Creepers. Your portrayal of Michael was top notch. What is your speculation of why the shape kills? I will never answer that question because I prefer it when Michael Myers is a mystery. I find him to be much scarier when you don't know why he kills, when you don't know what makes him tick. That's what's so scary about the boogeyman, Michael Myers. He is just a shape of a man. He's not really a man, but he is. It's weird. That's why it's scary. So I don't like when they try to announce and make stories as to why he does this. But oopsie, I went too far down. Also, I thought this fan film was just another tease, Batman fighting another horror villain at the end, which is why Dick was bringing him. Oh no, there was there was supposed to be an after credit scene for this movie announcing my next project, but I decided not to put it in because I didn't like the tease. It was very cheaply put together, and it was just kind of the title card. I do know what I want to do next. You know, it's not Jeepers Creepers, by the way, but Jeepers Creepers would be cool. But my next one I want to do is really awesome. I'm not going to say it now, but eventually I would like to do a Kickstarter or something like that to fund the next project. Gotham is theorized to be part of New York Islands. Yeah, it's very close. It's near New York and New Jersey. It's right between the two. In the 30s, comics before Gotham was a thing, Batman was living in New York. That's true. That's true. And we filmed a lot of scenes in New York, like Jason Voorhees or any other villain for a sequel bait, I guess. Yeah, I have one that I was gonna do, but we just didn't do it. It's not saying it's not going to happen. I do want to do that. Maybe Michael escapes transporting and arrives at Crystal Lake. He starts killing the campers, and Jason gets upset about this and takes revenge. Yeah, maybe. Nevada. What's up, Gina Wilson? Thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed the film. Gina got one of our awesome posters, guys. We have posters available. If anyone wants a poster, serious inquiries only, just message me on Instagram, on my Instagram page, Halloween Night Movie or No Joke Entertainment. We have posters. Oh, a second. I'll get it for you. I'll show you. Oh, there it is, guys. That is the Halloween Night official poster, the night he came to Gotham. Yeah. And there's the original release date that we pushed back. They all say 10/25/25, but we did release something that day, so it still counts, right? We released the final trailer on the 25th. But yeah, that's the poster. Actually, hold on a second. I'll try to set it up here. There, it's a little in the background. Come on, Dad. Get out of the way, man. No, you're good. You're good. You're fine. It's not that big a deal. I would throw in 1,000 for 5-minute fight. Maybe. The problem is my brother, who does all the cinematography and all that stuff for this film, he lives in Texas now. So to do a project like that, it would cost quite a bit to get him here. To get, he's like my brother. We're almost like the Russo brothers. We need each other to work together. We just work really well together. So I'm not opposed to it. I really am not, but it would cost a lot. And 1,000 is not really enough to do. I know you're saying if you threw 1,000, I could throw in money too, but I can't throw in anything. I'm tapped out. This movie killed me. Yeah, Crystal Lake is actually placed remote wooded area of New Jersey or New York, Gotham. God damn it, keep doing that to me. Did you ever plan for Barbara to be Batgirl, or is she established already? And also, were you ever planning Catwoman to be in the film? We did throw in the idea that the girl in the beginning of the movie actually was Catwoman, Selena Kyle, but we decided not to. We decided against that. Because I didn't want to have a movie where Michael, I didn't want it to be like Michael versus Catwoman, Michael versus Joker, Michael. That's why I kept all the villains out. I wanted it to be Michael just terrorizing Gotham City and then Batman kind of falling short behind him, finding all the chaos as it happens. And then eventually the big fight, way to reference the Captain Kirk mask too. That was awesome. Thank you. There's actually 2 references to the Captain Kirk. I don't know if you guys caught that, but there's the mask when he goes, "Hey, Captain Kirk," when Nightwing yells it. And there's also the part when Gordon first comes out of the police station. You see a kid across the street and Gordon's kind of watching him, and he's wearing a Captain Kirk costume. And then the guy says, "Come on, TJ," and the kid runs off. And then behind him in the alleyway in the dark, Michael Myers. Kind of cool. It's like Captain Kirk evolving into Michael Myers almost. It's kind of a cool little reference. Just finished it. I hope we get a second movie. We definitely got to make it happen. I'm not opposed to it, guys. If you guys want to do Kickstarter, you guys just got to make it known. Comment. And we'll take all this data and information to my team and we'll go, what do you think, guys? And if we all agree that it's all in our best interest that we want to make a sequel, I'm not opposed to it, but it could happen. Maybe we'll do a Kickstarter. We'll see. Any one of those that's bad. Yeah, just message me on Instagram if you want one of those. Message me on Instagram. We'll talk about it. So cool. Thank you. I would love one of those posters. Absolutely. Got a bunch. I only have, I think I ordered 100 of them. I sold like 30 something. So I have a good amount still, big stack of them. I gave away a few. Message redacted. Maybe team up with Radical Talent. I don't know who that is. Was the Candy Kid a clown like the young Michael? It's actually the young Michael Myers costume straight from Trick or Treat Studios. Yes, that is Michael Myers costume. I thought it'd be kind of a fun, it is taking place on Halloween. I thought it'd be kind of a fun reference to, he sees almost like he's seeing his younger self. Yes, that's kind of the idea. Did you hear anything about that Lux Media Batman fan film that got scrapped because the actors weren't getting paid their promised amount? It was titled Gotham Noir. Yeah, I did hear about that. I was actually following Gotham Noir. I was excited about Gotham Noir, and I did hear what happened. And I was wondering what was up with that, because Cosplay Chris, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. He was Batman in that project, and he backed out. And I felt like that was not like him. I was like, why is he backing out? Because I thought, he'd be all in it. But clearly there's some, stuff happening behind the scenes that was not okay. So, yeah, I don't know. A lot of my actors in my movie didn't get paid either. But the people who I hired to join the film, they just wanted to be a part of something cool. They knew it was a low budget film. They knew that they weren't going to get paid. Everyone agreed to it. So we're just kind of that. If people want to not pay their actors, you can do that, but make sure everyone knows that's what's happening. Don't go in there and say, oh, this is a real film. Everyone's going to get paid their share and then not pay your actors. That's not cool. That's how you get really talented people to be a part of your stuff, but you're doing it in a snaky way just so you can get a better movie. I worked with most of my actors weren't actors. Only like 5 or 6 of them were actual like actors who have practiced acting for their life. But it was very much a passion project, and everyone knew that going into it. No one got paid, so that's okay, as long as you are upfront and honest about that. I like the poster. It's kind of like Mask of the Phantasm instead of Phantasm Michael. That is 100% what it is. Batman Mask of the Phantasm is my all-time favorite Batman movie, and when we made the poster, we actually used the cape part in the project. Like I stood there like this. We took a picture, and I think we chopped off my arms and made them higher, so it was more like the Phantasm photo. I couldn't get my arms up that high for real, but we outlined it and basically copied the exact cape because I love that poster. I thought it was very cool, very iconic, and I thought it'd make for a really cool poster with Michael in the background, looking like a god. It's kind of sick. Why is your forehead so big? Because I am a big guy. That's why. Honestly, it's really not that big. Everything's very proportionate with me. I'm just a big guy. 6'4". I don't know where I got my height from. My dad here was only like 5'4" or something. 5'8". That's how you get canceled, blacklisted. Exactly. Why is your forehead so big? That's fucking. Oh, I know who that is. That's fucking Thomas being a dick. That's my friend Tom. I just realized what his name was. I was like, you fucking asshole. Oh God. How do you think season 2 of Penguin will happen, with Colin saying how the next Batman happens after the events of the first Penguin series? The Penguin series I thought was fantastic, and I really, really, really love the Batman. I can't wait to see the Batman Part 2, and I hope they continue the Penguin. I don't know where they're going to go with it. It probably all depends on how the Batman 2 ends, because it's probably going to go, the Batman, Penguin, the Batman Part 2, Penguin Season 2. So I got to go. I'm subbed, ready for all that's to come. Keep all the good work, y'all. Thank you so much, Mark. Thanks for stopping in, man. Was the Batmobile... I'm not sure what the model was. I just paid a animator to make me scenes. I don't know where he got the model. I know he didn't make it from scratch. He got a model from somewhere, but it's definitely a model somewhere offline. I don't know. I just kind of went, yep, that looks good, or that doesn't look good. Change to this, change that. It was a long, long process to get those Batmobile shots. we probably would have had this movie out in 2024 if we didn't have that Batmobile in there. Red Knuckle Talent created their own horror fan films: Michael versus Jason, Ghostface versus Jeff the Killer, and soon they're going to make Ghostface versus John Carver. Oh, cool. I think I've seen the Michael versus Jason. That's what always surprised me. People keep on saying, I keep seeing in the comments, people, oh, I want to see Jason versus Michael. I'm like, someone did that. Like, I don't want to do something that someone else already did. You know, if it's already out there, you know, what's the point? Fuck off, Thomas. Well done, boy, is my friend Thomas, and he is a troll. I was gonna say that's Thomas. Yes, yeah, it's Thomas. I know. I figured it out. Was wondering if you'd put it together from my name. Yeah, I recognize it. In one scene, Batman actually stabs Michael in the chest. So I have to ask: does the shape presence serve as a challenge to Batman's no-kill rule? I would say so. I think shape is a challenge to Batman's no-kill rule. I don't think Batman actually killed him, and he didn't stab him in the chest. It's just the camera angle. He actually stabbed him like right here, same spot as Michael. Michael stabbed Batman right there, and then Batman got up and stabbed him same spot. It's actually a reference. It's a reference to Zack Snyder's Batman versus Superman, when the guy stabs Batman in the chest. Batman takes the knife out, stabs him against the wall, and then throws the dude in the wall. It's a reference to that. So I don't think he was trying to kill him. I think he was just like, son of a bitch, you know. But yeah, I would definitely say that Michael's abilities and his strength is so strong and not what Batman's used to the point where Batman might almost cross that line. I don't think he ever would, but it definitely would have an effect on him. I really like that you use the 1989 Batmobile. That's my favorite Batmobile. I love it too. The 89 Batmobile is my second favorite Batmobile. My first favorite Batmobile is actually Batman the Animated Series Batmobile. I really want that in live. I would love. My dad and I talk about all the time. We would love to make a Batman Animated Series Batmobile in real life. That'd be so cool. But when I was talking to the animator, he was like, I can make anything you want. He goes, I could use a model of the 89 or whatever other Batmobile model we can find, or I can make from scratch the Animated Series Batmobile, but live action, quote unquote. But it was going to cost me like an extra $2,000. And I was like, and I was already spending more money over budget. The budget for this film was $19,000. We went up to 23. So it's, you know, we went over budget of what we had. So, and it was because of the Batmobile shots, honestly. But yeah, no, 89 Batmobile, go to car. And we actually ended up using a few shots from the 89 and 80 and 90s movie, just to fill in some gaps that we needed. Like there's a shot when Batman's getting in the Batmobile and the thing goes and closes. That's from the 1989 movie. We just took the shot, zoomed in a bit, and I needed a shot of Batman getting in the car, and I didn't have one, and I didn't have a physical car. So we're just going to take this little shot here and insert, and it worked. It's, you know, for a real, if this was like a real film, I never would have done that, you know, but, you know, for a fan film, it worked. So excited for the Batman 2. I'm going to see it in theaters with my dad. Yeah, probably me too. And my two brothers for sure. We all love Batman. That's why I love Batman, because this man right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because, you know, I was born with a battering in my hand, and I was sitting next to him or on his lap watching Batman the Animated Series the day I was born. You know, you said it was like one of the first things we did when I got home.
The first thing we did.
The first thing we did, I did the same thing with Grayson.
Yeah, you sat down. We had Mask of Phantasm on VHS.
VHS, boy.
Goes.
Hell yeah.
And with the clamshell case.
Wow.
The whole deal. Hosh still had it.
1992, that movie came out.
Yep.
I was born in 95. Mask of Phantasm is older than me. Let's see. Solomon Grundy versus Jason Voorhees. Solomon Grundy is almost like Hulk level of strength. So I think it'd be a good fight. I think Jason would cut him up a bit, you know, but I think ultimately Solomon Grundy would crush Jason. That's just my opinion. I don't know. It depends on which version of Solomon Grundy as well. If you do like a more like Justice League Unlimited, you know, Solomon Grundy, yeah, that thing is destroying Jason. He's huge. He's like the size of Incredible Hulk. But there's versions that are more, you know, humanoid that might not stand a chance against Jason. It depends. Call more VFX artists for realism. What? Come on. Let's see. You'd have to kill the dog. Yeah, you didn't have to kill the dog, man. Yes, I did. You always kill the dog. What do you think of John Wick versus Michael Myers? Actually, the direct sequel to this is going to be John Wick versus Michael Myers, because that dog that Michael Myers killed was actually John Wick's, and that homeless man was just watching it. So he's going to be pissed. Oh, just kidding. But anyway, I love Batman vs. Superman Batmobile the most. The only crowd fund from McFarlane I've backed. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, Batman vs. Superman Batmobile is really cool. I prefer the Batmobile to look more like a car, personally, than a tank. And I think the Batman vs. Superman Batmobile is like right on the cuffs of it being a tank. You know, it's not as much as like the Tumbler, but it's there. I like it. It's okay. I like the Tumbler. It's okay. But I am more into like all the old movie cars, like Batman and Robin, and well, maybe not Batman and Robin. I don't like the canopy on that one, but definitely Batman Forever. Batman Forever Batmobile's sick. 89 Batmobile's sick. Is that legal using other copyrighted films? This whole project is not really legal. It's just considered fan art, really. It's a nonprofit. I'm not making any money off this. I put all the money into it, and I'm never going to get it back, and I'm aware of that. But yeah, it's, you know, even the posters, all people pay for the posters is shipping. That's it. So it's essentially they're free posters, because all they're paying for is to get it to them. But no, I make no profit off of those either, essentially. Hey guys, yo, what's up, Maddie? How are you, man? So I'm a little behind on the comments, guys. So if you're not getting your questions answered right away, it's because I'm still scrolling down. Batman, between Batman the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures, Batman Beyond, the Batman, and Beware the Batman, which series do you think had the best interpretations of non-Joker villains? Like you're saying, I'm assuming that you're saying your question is like which show had better Clayface or better Penguin or whatever. I will say I love the Clayface in The Batman. I think the Batman's Clayface is fantastic. The scene with Ethan Bennett is like falling apart in his apartment is amazing. Help me! It's awesome. And Batman Beyond, I love the original characters. The original villains of Batman Beyond are awesome. Like Shriek. Shriek is one of my favorite Batman villains ever, and he's from Batman Beyond. Really cool character. I've always wanted to do a Shriek cosplay for Comic-Con. That'd be awesome. Ink, yeah. Oh my god, Ink is awesome. She's like the future version of Clayface, but a female, and she's dope. So I'd say my favorite out of all those of non-Batman villains is Batman Beyond for sure. Batman Beyond has the best non-Batman villains or non-Joker villains. Actually, someone did make the TNBA Batmobile. It looks cool, but yeah, BTAS Batmobile in live action would be cool. Yeah, no, I think I've seen the model you're talking about. It's still not quite as realistic as I want. You know what I mean? It still felt animated. You could put like, you know, textures on it to make it look more realistic, but it needs to be designed from the ground up to, you know, it has to be really, really more. I want more like panels. I want it to look like it's a real car. So I want the shape of the animated series. I want to visibly go. You could easily go, yeah, that's the animated series Batmobile, but I want the texture of a real car. I want it to have fenders, and I want it to have like the I don't know, what do they call air dams and shit, you know, stuff to make it look more real. I'm born in 1800. Holy crap, you're old. You were born the year I graduated. That's funny. Clark Kent, he's like your age, Dad. Well, maybe a little younger, because he graduated that year.
Where did you graduate?
He said he graduated the year I was born. 95.
I graduated in 90. So.
Yeah, he graduated in the 90s, so it's probably similar age.
Similar, close.
Even my 6-year-old was like, that dog's going to die. Of course. If you are watching this as a Halloween fan, and the second you saw that dog, you didn't in the back of your head go, "That dog's dead," then you're kidding yourself. Does it have to be the dog though? It could have been a coyote or a cat, just not a dog. What is the homeless man going to be walking a cat? Oh, this cat is so cute. What's his name? This is Whiskers. This fucking. I'm just picturing that same scene with that guy with a cat on a leash. That'd be so funny. So no, and it's also in canon makes sense for Michael Myers to kill dogs. Literally, he eats them. He eats the dogs. They're killing the dogs. They're eating. Fucking Trump. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets of this neighborhood. Do they have to be the dog? We gotta get a Batmobile for the next one. Oh yeah, like get an actual one. Absolutely. That's why I want the budget for the next one to be a lot higher, so that way we can do stuff like that. Get a real Batmobile, not just CGI. That would be awesome. Jenny, I swear you can make money posting out of content clips of that child. Oh, yeah, Jenny's my girlfriend. That she's in the chat, guys. Jennifer Hayes. Yeah, I became to really like Clayface from the Batman 2004. Yeah, I love the part where he's trying to reform and he's like a security guard, and then Joker is like robbing the place. And then he turns into Clayface and goes, Joker! And then it goes up. And then Joker's he's on the super long stilts and he goes, who you calling tall? It's fucking awesome. Wowzers, that's a splat. It's fucking awesome. I love it. 2004 Batman was so good. It's so underrated. Seriously, if you guys haven't seen the 2004 animated Batman show, fucking watch it. It's great. They did. I do agree. They ruined it when Justice League started getting introduced to the show. That's when I started like going, I like this better as a standalone Batman thing, you know? I bet the Joker would be scared of Michael Myers and try to avoid him. I don't think he would be scared. I think he would he would challenge Michael if you did interact with him. You know, he would exchange some words with him, but Michael wouldn't exchange anything except him trying to kill him. I said the same thing about Ozzy Shepherd. I love those dogs. Yeah, that was my brother's dog, Dusty. His name actually is Dusty in real life. In the credits, it says Dusty was played by Dusty Lee Dinkle D. He's a great dog. We literally trained him to play dead for this movie. And he is such a good listener, such a well-behaved dog. Like literally, she put him in that play dead pose and then said, and he will not move a muscle and he won't move an inch until you go free. And then he'll just get up and run. He's an awesome dog. He was like, what the hell are you doing? We were pouring in the fake blood on him. He was like, what the? Oh, God. We got to get Matt in the next movie, Phil said.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can make him play like a terminally ill patient or something.
I have a hard time breathing.
Yeah. He's got COPD, so he just has a hard time breathing. You should have his air with him right now, honestly. Which would you say Dick and Barbara's relationship was the best, the Batman animated series or the Batman? Definitely the animated series. I like the way Dick and Barbara's relationship played out. And a lot of people don't like this for some reason. I get that it's like creepy because Batman's so old, but I really liked the dynamic where Batman and Barbara kind of had a side thing going on. And then when Dick Grayson found out about it, that's when everything kind of blew up. It's kind of cool. It makes sense for why their partnership stopped. But you know, it's an underlining tone that they didn't really say out loud in the show, but you can definitely feel it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't think it's as weird as everyone thinks, but I do think that it's a good story beat that they did. I don't know. I liked it, but I think Batman the Animated Series is definitely the choice out of there. I mean, I've seen crazy old ladies walk cats. Yeah, but those are crazy old ladies. I don't think a homeless man that's the same age as me is going to walk a cat. I know someone who has one. Phil, you said that last time. I know you told me that someone had a Batmobile. You can rent Batmobile for car collectors, but cost $10,000. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It is so expensive. And you're also thinking, you got to remember, it's probably going to cost even more than just renting a Batmobile because you're also using it to drive it, to do scenes in it, and it's going to take time. You're going to be sitting, it's going to be sitting a lot because you're filming, you know? And what if you have to do reshoots? What if you need another shot of the Batmobile and then you got to rent it another $10,000? It's expensive to get a real Batmobile unless you can own one, which I would love to do. I'd love to own an '89 Batmobile or a real life animated series one. It's what I grew up on watching and on Saturday mornings. Yeah, me too, man. I watched Batman the animated series all the time. Are you monetized on YouTube? Well, being as that I've only ever posted stuff about Halloween night. I can't be monetized because I don't own the rights to Batman or Michael Myers, and that's all that's on my channel is Batman Michael Myers. So I am not monetized, but I don't do this for money. I do this for fun. I do this because I want to make art, and I appreciate art. I will never ask for a dime to put into my own pocket if we make these fan films. The only money I'd ask for is to help make the project. So if someone donated $10,000 or $1,000, whatever, that's what I would use the money, every single cent of it for that project, because that's what it's for. I will never understand these artists that take money from fans and stuff like that and then use it for whatever the hell else, pocket half of it. Fuck that shit, dude. I've heard lots of horror stories involving many like popular YouTubers and stuff that do these fan films. I won't say who, but I have heard many things. I couldn't help but get Batman Dead End vibes from your fan film. That is fucking awesome to hear. That's my favorite fan film ever. Was that also an inspiration for you in terms of style? That movie was inspiration for me my whole life. I was ever since I watched Batman Dead End. How old was I? Like 4 or 5? When I watched Batman Dead End for the first time, that sparked my mind. Whoa, you could fucking put these characters together. Holy shit, I've been thinking about Batman versus, whatever forever. I can't get it out of my head. So yeah, absolutely. It was a huge inspiration. What do you think is the scariest, Clown, Joker, Art, or Pennywise? Probably Pennywise, and then Joker, and then Art. I don't like Art. I'll say this 1,000 times because people keep on bringing Art the Clown up. I do not like Art the Clown. I think it's a dumb character. I think it's just gore porn and it has no value whatsoever. That's my opinion. If you guys like that stuff.
The last good original character was Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, no, Jeepers Creepers was a great original character.
There hasn't been a good original character since
For horror, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, the Art the Clown thing, I get it, but yawn.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 Terrifiers.
Yeah,
I don't like it. There's something about it. I think it doesn't have much going for it. A lot of people seem to love it though. I think it's just because it's the shock value. They like the shock of these disgusting, amazing effects. Don't get me wrong. The effects for these kills, how it looks, beautifully shot. But it's like story-wise, no substance whatsoever. It's just gore porn. That's what it is. I don't know if I could say that word actually. Whoops, I probably shouldn't say that on live. The P word. Let's see. You guys are giving me awesome questions. Thank you for all these great questions. What do you think suffered the worst traumatic experience? Barbara getting shot in The Killing Joke, Tim Drake being tortured and brainwashed, or Jason getting killed and blown up or Jason tribute torture in Night? I would say, man, that's a hard one. Probably Tim Drake getting tortured in the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, right? That's messed up. He got shocked. He got his mind warped into a different person, essentially. So I'd say the worst one that got it the worst is probably Tim Drake, which is fantastic, by the way. Batman Beyond Return of the Joker is amazing. I mean, this is a commodity as well. So taking some capital for the time is understandable. Yeah, I literally legally can't make money off this film. So like even selling the posters, I'm not selling anything. They're getting a poster for free, but they're paying for the shipping. I'm not paying for a dime. I can't afford to pay for everyone's shipping. That's all. That's simple as that, So like I'm still not making a profit because they're just paying for shipping. I calculate the shipping, what it costs from here to there, and then I send it. You know, I even lost money on it because I spent like $600 to get 100 of those printed. So it's I'm not making shit. Are you planning on making any more films in the future? Definitely want to. If people love this so much and we're going to start a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or something, absolutely. I can't afford to do it myself again, but I am 100% on board making another movie. Maybe not a Halloween Night Part 2. I'm not opposed to that. I would rather, go to a different horror icon. I do have one in mind. I have a whole script ready to go. It needs to be retweaked. Adam Parrott in the chat there. We got to get together because I got ideas, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam's in the chat. He just got here. He said morning. It's 11:13 p.m., you weirdo. What are you talking about? Oh, you're in the UK. Got it. Terrifier is awful. I thought they were terrible. I agree. Both versions of Return of the Joker were good. I loved the uncut version, though. Oh, yeah. The uncut version's so good. Oh, my God.
I'll begin with how I peeled back the layers of the boy's mind. He bravely tried to fight it at first. You would have been proud to see him so strong. But all too soon, the serums and the shocks took their toll, and the dear lad began to share such secrets with me.
I fucking love Joker. He's awesome. 3:14 a.m. Why is it that Halloween Night ended with an open ending rather than a definitive ending? The reason for that is because it's to give respect to both franchises. Because, yeah, even so, I'm not saying I don't want to, and it's not necessarily it's not going to happen. But I never planned to make a Halloween Night Part 2. So I wanted to just make this movie, respect both genres, and end it open so that way no one gets upset. Everyone, Halloween people who are diehard Halloween fans can watch this and go, wow, that was fucking awesome. That was fun. People who are Batman diehard fans can watch and go, that was fucking awesome. But if you make one of them lose definitively, someone's going to be mad. So just to respect both genres, I left it open so that way we possibly could make a sequel. And if I made a sequel, I will say there will be a definitive ending. I do know who would win. I'm not going to say who, but there is a definitive ending here. But I just didn't want to I didn't want to give it away right now. I didn't want to give a definitive ending. I wanted to leave it open for the possibility of a sequel and also just to respect both franchises. But I do have an opinion who would win. And if I did make a second, I would explore that. I can almost quote all of the Joker's lines from that film. I can quote that whole movie start to finish. The Batman Beyond Return of the Joker is so good. You thought of an idea for it? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Adam. Don't say in the chat, but you know what I'm talking about. There's lots of really cool ideas we can go over there. Michael Myers is going to win. I'm not going to say who's going to win. That is for me to keep in my head, and you guys can make up your own assumption of what that is, because realistically, Halloween Night Part 2 probably won't happen because I really rather do a second. I'd rather do like a different Batman versus a villain. I want to do I think Batman versus like Ghostface would be cool, or Batman versus Jeepers Creepers, or Batman versus Freddy Krueger would be cool. Batman versus Hannibal Lecter would be cool. Batman versus Hellraiser. There's so many awesome choices you could do. No, Maddie, I'm sorry. This is going to stay in my head. I will never tell. I can't tell. I agree. Clayface in the Batman 2004 is a cool character. He reminds me of the Two-Face and Bruce Wayne relationship in the Batman the Animated Series. I think they sort of based off that since Two-Face wasn't able to be in due to The Dark Knight. Yeah, probably. Absolute Batman versus Jason. That would be absolutely badass. Yes, do Ghostface next. Maybe. We'll have to see. Maybe when we decide what villain or horror icon, rather, we're going to do next, I think maybe for the Kickstarter, we're going to approach it with, what do you guys want to see? For the next film, do a huge vote. Do you want to see Batman versus Michael Myers 2? Do you want to see Batman versus Ghostface? Do you want to see Batman versus Freddy Krueger? Do you want to see Batman versus Jeepers Creepers? And, and so on and so forth. Whatever list we come up with, and then have you guys vote on it, Oh my God, Batman the Leprechaun. Oh, Batman versus Chucky. Batman just kicks the fucking doll. I agree, Adam. Open endings add to it because it's like it's not over, you know? Yeah, I agree. Batman versus Chucky. That would be so fucking stupid. I could see it though. I could see Batman like fucking getting attacked by this fucking thing. You guys like my glass? It says my name on it, and it's got a Batman symbol engraved into the glass. It's kind of sick. Coffee. Batman versus John Carver. I don't. Truth be told, I probably know who John Carver is, but I can't recall what that's from. What is John Carver? Please remind me. I probably know. Batman versus Batman. I want to see the sequel to Batman Dead End. I would never pick up a sequel from someone else's project. You know, I think Batman Dead End is a cool concept, and I would 100% love to see Batman versus Predator, but it wouldn't be a sequel to that movie because I'm not that Batman. That movie is older than I am. Well, I think it's like the same age. I think I was like 6 when it came out. What do you think would your Batman versus Rob Zombie, Michael Myers? I think it'd be a very similar outcome, Michael Myers, because even Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, I still think has the same values as the OG Michael Myers, that unnatural strength, that brutality and all that. I think it'd be a very similar outcome. I was toying with the idea with making it Rob Zombie's Michael Myers when I first did it. But the only reason I didn't is because I couldn't find someone who was 6'8", and I refused to make someone Michael Myers in my movie that wasn't Tyler Mane's size. Batman versus Jigsaw is a great idea. I saw the Bat in the Sun posting about Batman versus Jigsaw. So I personally would not take that one on because I'm not going to watch someone say, hey, here's my idea, and then take it. I'm not that kind of person. So if he wants to do Batman versus Jigsaw, I'm going to let them do that. It's their thing. It's a fucking great idea. Don't get me wrong. Awesome idea. I personally, I'm not a fan of like the super, super extreme gory movies, but the story behind Jigsaw is really cool. Also, the overall possession of someone the Bat cares for. Horror movie for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Okay, I forgot what his name was. I know the Thanksgiving. I've seen that before. That'd be fun. That would be fun. A Thanksgiving themed movie with fucking Carver. I could see it. That'd be interesting. Predator versus the Terminator would be great. That'd be awesome. I know how I'd connect them. I would make it so the Terminators go back in time to try to kill the Predator before it gets to Dutch for some reason. I would set the movie back in the 80s just like it is in the first Predator movie. And I'd have a Terminator go back in time to try to kill that Predator before it gets to Dutch because they need Dutch to be healthy to make a new version of the Terminator, because when they took Dutch's DNA to create this, what would eventually become the Terminator, this is very, very workshoppy, but you can make it work. Basically make it so Dutch from the Predator is the bare bones how they got the look for the Terminator. I think that'd be cool. I think you guys know what I'm saying. I'm probably wording it wrong, but there's something there. Let's see. I think if a Batman and Scream crossover were to happen, it would lean more towards it being crime drama than a horror movie. I don't think so. I think you could still make it a horror movie. The way I would approach it, I already have it in mind because I've already thought about this. I would approach the Scream franchise entering a Batman world as a movie. The Stab franchise within the movie of Scream would play a part in the story. And I would have 2 villains of Batman's, 2 lower class, like C tier villains that don't do a lot, take up the mantle. And 2 or 3. It could be 4. I know it's usually always 2, but you could change it a little bit. You could make it so like a team of C tier villains got together and took up the mantle so they could have the spotlight instead of like the Joker and stuff like that. I think that's where I would go with that story. But I think it'd be really cool. It'd be really awesome because there's so many great impressionists of the Ghostface voice I would definitely hire someone someone on TikTok or something. There's so many guys online that do amazing Ghostface impressions, and I would hire someone so it actually sounded like him. No, you a little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish. Understand? Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely something I would love to do with Batman versus Scream. I would name it's a workshop name, but something like Screaming in Gotham would be the name or something. You know, Screaming in Gotham. Hello, Bruce Wayne. Hello, Mr. Wayne. Batman vs. Hellraiser. Hellraiser would be sick. If you watched Violent Night, seeing Batman fight that version of Santa would be fucking awesome. I've never heard of that movie. I'm sure that does sound pretty cool. I'm guessing it's like an evil Santa Claus or something. In Mortal Kombat, Ghostface was 3 people, 2 of them being Black Dragon members. So for Batman versus Ghostface, you could have multiple dressed up as Ghostface and be martial artists. That would be cool, man. Like, I'll give it away because I don't know. I haven't written anything for it yet. So I was thinking so if you're doing C tier villains taking up the mantle, like maybe Victor Zsasz is one of them, you know, like, and then what would be really cool, like the way you reveal that it's Zsasz, maybe Batman grabs the back of the fucking, the cloak chasing him and it rips and you see all of his scars. And then Batman's like, I know who it is. That'd be cool. I like your Batman. He reminded me of Bat and the Sun's version of Batman with a little mix of Ben Affleck. Well, I'll tell you what the Ben Affleck part is. It's not my performance. It's the butt chin. That's what makes you believe it's Ben Affleck. It's covered right now with the beard. But I appreciate that. Is super kind of you to say because, the Batman from Bat and the Sun is amazing. I love his Batman. And Ben Affleck's Batman is the best Batman ever. So that is honestly a great compliment. Thank you very much. Thanks for the movie. Hope you've fulfilled and proud. I do feel that way. I feel very fulfilled and proud. Thank you so much. Love the new movie you post today. I posted it 14 hours ago, I think, something like that, or 15 hours ago. Definitely, it wasn't. It wasn't. Oh, it was today. Technically, it was 2 a.m. November 1st, Eastern time. But I was late to that. It was supposed to be a October 31st release, but it was still October 31st in California. So I think it still counts. That's why I made my post. In my post, I was like, it's Halloween somewhere, baby. But yeah, no, Ghostface would be cool. I'm just listing ideas right now. Oh, absolutely. There's so many ideas. What a neat film. Loved the cab scene. Homage with the twist. Should have seemed that coming. Thanks for featuring the best Batmobile. Oh, thank you so much, David. Thank you. I like that. Violent Night is kind of a cross between Die Hard and Home Alone. It's a freaking good time of a movie, not horror, just a great time. I'll have to check that out. That sounds really awesome. What do you think? Who do you think would win Batman versus the Bat and the Sun Batman? Oh, my Batman versus Bat and the Sun Batman. Oh, well, that's hard to say. They have a bigger budget than I do normally. So if you're going my Batman versus their Batman and you're going purely because of budget, their Batman wins because he's got more budget for more effects. But no, I don't know. I don't want to say like anyone's better than the other. I really, really love Pattinson's Batman. Kevin Porter plays Batman there. I don't think he's ever going to play Batman again for them. I heard something that he's done working with them, I guess. I don't know. But that Batman in Bat in the Sun was fantastic. Kevin Porter. And my Batman, I don't like to say that, oh, I'm a great Batman, because that's your guys' opinion. You guys get to just choose that. So it's up to, if you're really up to you, who do you think would win? You know? I don't know. It's hard to answer that question. Funny thing is, Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson would never kill. Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck actually would be willing to kill Michael Myers. Absolutely. They definitely would. They have a bigger budget. The wallet talks. That's true. I appreciate you saying that I'm a great Batman. I tried my absolute best. Dad, was I a good Batman?
I thought you were an awesome Batman.
Sick.
Amazing.
I am Batman.
Sorry. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm so sorry that there was not a line where Batman said, "I'm Batman," because Michael doesn't talk. So if I had a chance for Michael to talk and go, "Who are you?" or "What are you?" then yeah, absolutely, he would go, "I'm Batman." But you don't need. There's nowhere to put it. Like, where would you? Who's gonna say, "Who are you?" Because in Gotham City, everyone knows who Batman is. Jennifer Hayes said, Yes, you were awesome." Yeah, I'm pretty great. I'm pretty great, Jennifer. Jennifer's my soon-to-be wife.
Oh,
I'm gonna marry that woman. She's fantastic.
oh.
The cowl on the suit was incredible. Thank you, man. That cowl was called. It's called the Sovereign Knight cowl, and it's made by Hernandez Sculpture EFX on Facebook and Instagram. Fantastic masks they have. And he came in clutch because our first cowl, it ripped, and luckily he was able to get us a new one like really quickly. And he also gave me a bigger size for my giant head. So because the first one I had was it was 24 and a half inches. I have a 25-inch head, and he had just recently, after I broke mine, had made the Sovereign Knight cowl in 25 inches. So I was like, oh, fucking great. So finding cowls in my size is so hard because my head's huge. Rocketman said, "Congrats." Thank you, buddy. Thank you. You only took a month, right? Yeah, it only took a month to get the new cowl because he said it would have took him quicker, but he had to finish the mold making for the 25-inch cowl. And I was like, oh, yeah. He goes, I can whip you up one right now in the 24 and a half. He goes, but I'm making a 25-inch cowl that'll probably fit your head a lot better. And it's the same one. So I was like, I'll wait. And he ended up getting it done. And I had the first pull. So my mask is the first pull off of the Sovereign Knight mold for the 25-inch version. Breathe. Breathe. You know who I am. Breathe. And Batman. Continue fighting. Yeah, but why would he say that? That's the issue. You could have Batman say that 100%. But why is Batman saying that to Michael Myers? You know what I mean? So you could, but I don't think it fits. That's why me and Adam Parrott in the chat, we wrote the whole movie together. And I think we had didn't we spend like an hour trying to figure out where the fuck we could put it? And we just couldn't. And then I was like, do we need it? And Adam's like, I don't think we need it. And we just said, we're not doing it. We don't need him to say he's Batman. We know he's Batman. Everyone knows he's Batman. I always thought Batman versus Michael Myers in a fight that rivals Batman versus Bane. Absolutely. Michael Myers' strength is very similar to Bane, for sure. Yeah, I like the cab scene. It's cool homage to the Dark Knight Returns panel and scene. I had a feeling that it would have been Michael also. Michael on the car reminds me a little of the shot from Kills. That shot is very much inspired by the Halloween Kills when he turns and looks at the mirror and then climbs up. Yes, absolutely. It's also a homage to the original film when Loomis is at the Smith Grove and then he jumps up on the hood and smashes the glass. What if Batman knows breathe Morse code? That's a dumb idea. I mean, Halloween Night was better than Halloween Ends. Well, that just goes without saying. Halloween Ends never should have happened. They never should have made Halloween Ends. Have you seen Halloween Ends yet?
No.
Oh my God, don't watch it. It's horrible.
It's a new Superman movie. I could care less.
Yeah. We don't like the new Superman movie around here. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse in chat. Snyder bots unite. Let's go. I'm gonna breathe Morse code. You know, the Halloween theme would mash up well with the Junkie XL Batman vs Superman theme, which maybe doesn't get the credit it was due. Oh my God, Junkie XL is the fucking bomb, dude. I love the score in that movie. I didn't like the way he chose to. He closed the door. Still good though. Oh, my Michael, when he walked around the truck and closed it, and he was like, Is that what you're talking about, Greenhorn? Adam's laughing because it's so funny. Yeah. you know what's funny about that Greenhorn? Neither do I, and neither does Adam. But that was the only take we had. It needed to happen. So I don't know why we're like, that's good, but like I think we were rushing that day and we were like, yeah, just go walk in the corner and close the door. I wanted him to close it more like this, and then put his arm down. But he's like, I just picture under the mask. He's just like, so silly. But yeah. What about Batman versus Saw? Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Someone else said the same thing. Bat in the Sun, made by Aaron. I can't ever pronounce his last name, but Aaron from Bat in the Sun has said multiple times on his lives and a couple of his posts that he wants to do Batman versus Saw. So I wouldn't touch that personally because I'm not going to steal someone else's idea. I love that idea. I think he should do that. It's really cool. And I think Bat in the Sun would be perfect for a Saw thing. Potential title card for Batman versus Jason. Friday in Gotham 13, and Batman versus Freddy film could be Nightmare on Crime Alley or A Nightmare in Gotham. Either way, it's cool to see him fight. If I did Jason, I would call it Jason Takes Gotham, is what I would call the movie. It'd be called Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Gotham, just like Jason Takes Manhattan. I think that's the best option for that. But A Nightmare on Crime Alley is really cool, and A Nightmare in Gotham is a really good title. I like both of those. So, yeah. Let's see. Slay the door. Slay. Oh my God. Batman versus J. You should make a poster of Michael and Batman stabbing each other. That'd be sick. Yeah, have a poster of Batman like kind of like and then have him batarang or something. Do we hope Halloween Night will get a kill count? Oh, like the channel kill count? Isn't that the name of his channel? Where he does a kill count for all the Halloween movies and stuff, and all he does kill count for a bunch of movies. But I would love that. That'd be awesome. So yeah, if you guys shout him out, tag him and stuff. Hey, you guys should do a kill count for this. Is your Batman willing to kill like Keaton and Affleck, or is he strictly by code? I didn't really write it in, so I'm gonna say maybe for both. I don't know. I like Batman better when he doesn't kill personally, even though Ben Affleck's Batman is the best Batman live action we've ever had. But I still prefer the no kill rule. It just depends on the story, honestly. I have Metal Batarang. I got on my birthday. That's sick, dude. His name is Dead Meat. Is your whose name is Dead Meat? Batfleck is the Batman. Absolutely. I'm sorry for listening in, sir, but I've tracked the Russian's phone. I don't deserve you, Alfred. No, sir, you don't. It'd be cool to see a homage poster with Halloween 1978 with, instead of the knife, it could be a batarangs with a jack-o'-lantern of Michael's face on it, or a homage to H4 where Michael's face covering Gotham. That'd be really cool. No kill is rising above the criminal element. Oh, Dead Meat. Thank you. Kill count guy. Dead Meat. Yeah, I think I follow him. I can't check right now, but I'm pretty sure I follow him. I prefer a noir version of Batman, but this Batman was badass. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate the compliment. I tried. I'm a big Batman, though. I'm tall, 6'4", and those boots make me almost 6'5". They got a little bit of a heel on them. Ow! I fucking hate this chair. Can't wait to get a couch. I just moved into this apartment. I got no couch. It's empty back here. You're 4'9". You're like the opposite of me. You're the same height as my son. You're a child. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, my son's 4'8" or 4'9". He's 7. Are there any deleted scenes that might upload? Yes. There are some deleted scenes. There's also some bloopers. I'm going to. It's going to take some time because we never went through all the footage, all the extra footage and stuff. So I wanted to sit down with my brother and we're going to go through and try to find some deleted scenes and some, some bloopers. Hopefully, I would love to put in a blooper. There's one blooper in particular that I actually probably could post like today. It's fucking hilarious. There's a part where in the scene when Batman and Gordon are talking in the hospital. And Gordon says, "Are you okay?" And then he goes, "We've dealt with maniacs like this before." The line is, "I can handle maniacs. This man is some psychotic in a mask. He's a monster." That's the line. I couldn't remember the line, and we have a blooper of it. It's hilarious. I turned like this, and I go, "I can handle maniacs. This guy isn't some crazy fucking asshole in a mask." We all started laughing. It's fucking hilarious. but yeah, I forgot the line, and as soon as I made eye contact with RW, I was like, "Fucking asshole in a mask." It's so stupid. That killed everyone on set. We were having such a hard time that day. It was so hot in the little room we were using for the hospital, and we couldn't get the scene right. And that was a nice icebreaker. Really made everyone in a better mood. But I have boots that make me taller. Yeah, man. It's awesome. Some great stuff, but to be honest, 2 inches. Do it. Do what? What am I doing? Oh, we're releasing the blooper today? Maybe. I might wait until I can get more. I know there's a few more bloopers we have to go through all the footage. There's a lot of footage to go through, but I'm pretty sure we can probably get 3 or 4 at least of bloopers. While in the editing room, we saw loads. Oh, good. Yeah, we did. There is a few of really funny ones. Like I know that RW has one. The guy who played Commissioner Gordon. There was one where he's just like doing the line. And he goes, "I fucking forgot the line," and we're just laughing. You mentioned how hot it was. How hot was the suit? Very hot. Some scenes we filmed in the summertime, and it's like 90 degrees, and I'm wearing 3 layers of fabric and foam. Because it's all foam muscle padding. It's all like I already have pretty broad shoulders, but it makes my shoulder go out to like fucking like out to here. It makes me way bigger than I actually am, which makes for a really menacing looking Batman. That's great. I love the way it makes me look. But all that padding, it's so hot. For the next film, I'm definitely going to make a more slimmed down suit, something that's a little more less fabricy, so it's more close to the body. But yeah. Yeah, Maddie, you want urethane cowl if you want to have a good Batman mask. They're kind of expensive, like $250 to $400, depends on what one you get. But Hernandez Sculpture EFX on Facebook and Instagram makes them. They're from a different country, I believe, but they ship, and they're really good masks. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I watched Count. I watched the movie Ripper. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked that. I did like that. Oh yeah, the winter scene. There was a couple scenes that we had to film in the wintertime. And yeah, I was nice and warm in those. And it's actually really cold. There was one night that we filmed where I was freezing because it was so cold outside. It was like 14 below. Please, next time, don't make the movie too dark. New Trader, the movie we realized how dark it was on the computer screen when they're editing. It looked a lot brighter, but that happens sometimes when you upload to YouTube. Like stuff gets darker and the sound gets compressed. So we are already planned on. We're going 100% probably by next year. This time next year, we're going to release a 1-year anniversary edition. That's going to be like a remastered, better color, better sound, a bunch of stuff. And there might be a couple surprises in there. I don't know yet. But that's definitely going to happen. So, and then after that point, we'll do a Blu-ray release. That will be completely free. And all people will have to do is probably pay shipping or join a Patreon or something like that. What if for a sequel, Batman drives to Haddonfield and fight Michael on home turf? I mean, the thing, the problem with that is I don't know. I don't like the idea of Batman like in Haddonfield. It's such a small town. It'd be really easy to film. My city, the town I live in looks like Haddonfield, so it'd be easy to film. But I don't know. I'm not into the idea of him going to Haddonfield. I don't know why. It puts me off. I rather it take place in Gotham. It's hard to stray from perfection of the original Batfleck suit. Oh yeah, no. I definitely our suit takes some inspiration from Batfleck suit for sure. Let's see, same on mine when I make edits. How do you think the Bat in the Sun Batman would fight your Myers? Would he do the same thing like your Batman did when fighting him? Probably, but they got bigger budget, so if they did, they'd probably have a lot more gadgets and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I think that we did enough gadgets. That we got the Batarang in there, we got the smoke pellets, the glide kick. We did what we could. We have a lower budget. If I had a bigger budget, there's many things I wanted to do. I really wanted to do a scene where when Michael was approaching Batman, I wanted Batman to throw like 3 Batarangs and have him go, and then Michael just kind of look down and fucking, something like that. But to do that, to get the Batarangs to throw, and you could throw prop Batarangs, but you need some CGI to make them fucking, to make them look, cinematic. You can't just throw a prop Batarang and go, that's it. It's not going to look good. But yeah, no, I don't know. They probably do a good job. Probably do the same. If there is ever a sequel, would you plan to include cameos of other DC characters like Clark Kent? Maybe. Maybe not Clark Kent, but maybe other. I would definitely like to see. I would like to see other characters from DC for sure. I want to see some villains if we did a sequel. Where the hell am I? It came out very dark. Yeah, it is. It is what it is right now. We did the best we could, and the short on the with the time frame we had was really difficult to get it out, and it's still watchable. You can see it. If you watch it in dark lighting, it's like I said, this movie's not perfect by any means. I think it's really good, and apparently people love it. It's blown up. I have 5 dislikes and like 700 and something or other likes and a bunch of comments, and they're all nice things. So, it's not perfect. This is our first movie ever, and I think for a first film, we fucking killed it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all the support and stuff like that, and I promise you, we will make the lighting. We'll fix the lighting. It'll happen. We need a budget for the next few. Yeah, we do. Corey's here. Nick, Deadpool versus Batman. Let's fucking go. Bat in the Sun already did that. I told you this. Go watch their film. I don't want to do Deadpool versus Batman. They already did it. It's already been done. It's been done. Any suggestions? If I made a short film, it budget with 2 cents, you're not going to get very much with that. But you could try. I believe in you. But hey, I hope, Maddie, you're a young kid. I hope I inspire you to make films in the future when you get older. I really do. Seriously, follow your dreams. Do what you want to do. I've been dreaming about making films since I was, 6, 7? Always talking about making movies. Always.
If you don't have a dream, won't come true.
Yep. In dreams, I walk with you. There also was an actual car roof scene too at one point. Yeah. I was explaining that earlier. I had a whole scene mocked up for Halloween night. I wanted it. It was supposed to, the scene with the kids getting the candy taken was supposed to happen earlier in the film originally, and then it was supposed to go to, the scene with basically, the whole thing happens with Nightwing, and then the scene happens with the hospital, and then Batman goes, "I'll find him," and then it was supposed to go to the pimp scene, and the pimp scene was supposed to go into, Michael was supposed to take the cab that he killed them all in, and then he was supposed to drive, and there was supposed to be a great scene where Batman glides and lands on the roof, and he was going to be on the hood of the car, and Michael's going to be driving. There was going to be a great scene. but it was too dangerous to film because we didn't have a proper set. We didn't have a place for us to film this. It was too dangerous for, I didn't have like a proper stunt team to actually get Batman on a hood properly. I was the only one going, let's do it. But everyone else was like, Nick, this is crazy. We can't put you on the roof of a car. Nick, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, we can all be fine. He goes, what if your cape gets grabbed in the wheel or something? He goes, it's too dangerous. So we just didn't do it. Then we went back to rewrites and we moved the scenes around in it, and that's what we have now. But it was supposed to be really crazy, and if we do another film, maybe we can still do that scene just in a different way, and if we had a bigger budget, we could have a stunt team. Are you a fan of the blue and gray Batman suit? I am 100%. If I ever did I would love to do a sequel or not a sequel. My next my next Batman film, I want to do blue and gray, but I don't want to do bright blue and gray. I want it to be almost like a navy blue, kind of like my shirt. Well, this is kind of gray actually, but like a navy blue, really dark blue. I actually had an old cosplay that was all dark blue like that, and it looked great. So it almost looks black in certain lighting, but like if you get a light on it, you'll see it's blue. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, I am a huge fan of the dark blue and gray. I just finished it and I sent it to my brother instantly. Very well done. Thank you and congrats. Thank you very much. Thank you for checking it out. I appreciate the kind words. Love what you all managed to accomplish regardless of the budget. It was awesome. Yeah, it was a $23,000 budget, so it's still a good chunk of change, but in, film world, that's like nothing. I imagine a sequel takes place 1 year later. Michael returns, Batman and Nightwing successfully beat him, and then a sniper shoots him. And hello, Jason Todd. Why would a sniper shoot him? You can't kill the boogeyman. But yeah, no, I don't know. It definitely would be 1 year later if we did a sequel for Halloween Night. I don't know how we bring him back yet. I have some ideas. I think Adam and I talked about some of these ideas before. But like I said, this is something that would only happen if it was a huge demand and everyone wanted it really bad and was willing to help fund it and stuff. It was still good though. For a first film, shit was awesome. You guys did good. Thank you very much. I'll play Joker, someone said. No, Corey, you're not going to play Joker. Sorry. I kind of talked like the lightning. Wait, what? I kind of talked like the lightning during the fight in the woods. It was realistic and added urgency. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, congratulations on the movie. Not bad. Thank you, Ezra. Is that Ezra Miller? Hashtag Restore the Snyderverse. Ezra Miller's in the chat. Bro, that scene was... Oh, bro, that scene when Night in... Are you a fan of the black bat with the yellow logo? The next film, I'm going to tell you right now, this movie was supposed to have the yellow and black bat symbol, but my brother is a party pooper and was like, no, do the Dark Knight symbol, do the big black. I was like, what? Why? I said, what's wrong with I should have stuck to my gut. I should have, but because I prefer the yellow and black. Don't you? Yellow and black symbol is more iconic. It's better. The next movie, I don't care what anyone says, it's going to be a dark blue, navy blue suit with gray, yellow, and black bat symbol. That is happening for the next film. 100%. So to answer your question, yes, I love that. Love it. The psychology narrative that could play out a dream-invading horror villain, Freddy, versus Bruce Wayne would be an interesting way of exploring Batman's trauma. Would Freddy regret it? Maybe. Yeah, I would love to do that. Nightwing goes into the hospital. I was like... Are you talking about? Is that the cinema thing? Cinema, the cinema meme. Me and Austin preferred the Dark Knight one. Yeah, well, you guys are wrong. We're never doing the Dark Knight one again. It's gonna be the yellow and black symbol every time. It's great. I know that in the film, Batman is reluctant to let Nightwing help him, since there is no Robin, can't help but think that maybe it's because this takes place sometime after Jason's death. Is that it? Yes. This takes place a year after Jason's death, like almost to a T. In my continuity, my head canon, a year ago in October, sometime in October, Jason Todd was murdered by the Joker. And he stopped the Joker, put him in prison. So Joker is in Arkham Asylum during the events of Halloween night. And yes, the reason he said no is because he's very, he's upset. He's jaded. He doesn't want anyone's help because he feels like he failed. He doesn't want anyone to get hurt. So this Batman's been through some shit. So not only did his adopted son get murdered by Jason Todd, he also almost lost Dick, like in this movie. So it's like, he's like, what the fuck? It's great. Suits are expensive. That's true. Oh my God. They're redonkulous. I know. Yeah, but you ever said that. I was wearing my Michael Myers costume, eating candy and drinking soda, enjoying the film. That's awesome, bud. Maddie, I love that you were so into it. That's so cool, man. Here's a pitch idea for Batman versus Jason. I guess so many people private message me ideas for the next project. That's so funny. Batman versus Jason. Jason in Gotham, and Batman is almost beaten. Looks like he is about to die, and then all of a sudden, gunshot hits Jason's head, revealing Red Hood. What? Why do you want Red Hood so bad? That's the third comment you made about Red Hood. Like, in my opinion, Red Hood is overused in comic books. He's overused. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'd put Jason Todd in a movie unless we did a Red Hood movie, like an Under the Red Hood story live action movie, which would be cool. It's a great story. It's fantastic. But in today's comic books, Red Hood is so overdone, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't know. To me, Jason Todd is like one of the weaker Robins out of all of them. Like, my favorite Robins go Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, then Jason Todd, then Damian Wayne. Actually, no, scratch that. Damian Wayne is last because I like Carrie Kelly even better than Damian Wayne. I am not a fan of Damian Wayne. Let's see. I actually wrote the entire Alfred scene with Bruce about Nightwing and Robin. You did what? You're going to have to send that to me, buddy. Salient Brock 1 was the first to invent Halloween Night title because he created these fan-made trailers using footage from Bale's and Affleck's. I've never seen that. I've not once have I ever seen that. So I guess great minds think alike, because I thought of the Halloween Night truthfully. Halloween Night came from my own brain. I never saw anything, never got any ideas from anyone. It came from my head. Because originally the movie was Batman the Night He Came to Gotham was what the original title. That was the working title. And then I was like, oh, Halloween. I want the name Halloween in it. And I was like, Halloween Night. I came up with that on my own. So if someone else came up with the name Halloween Night prior to this movie coming out, I've never heard of it. I never saw anything on it, but that's really cool, though. I mean, Red Hood is a cool character, but a Jason versus Jason fight would be funny since one zombie who kills and the other is a vigilante who kills. Yeah, I guess. I like your Robin scene and the scene with Bruce and young Grayson Robin talking about. Yeah, that actually was thrown together last minute. That scene, I filmed that like the early 2025. Because it originally just went from the what's it called? The scene where Batman's like, I'll find him. And then it went to the New York City shot of Michael walking through, and then it immediately went to Batman tracking him. And I was like, we need something in between here. It felt like it just jumped too much. It jumped from the thing to that, and I wanted something kind of to break it up. And I remembered the end of the movie when Dick Grayson is talking to Batman and he says, it was just a mistake. And I was like, mistake. And I thought of this awesome thing where I wanted a young, I wanted to basically explain why Batman got a tracker on him. So, we showed this flashbacks, showing Batman scolding young Dick Grayson about not using following the orders of putting a tracking device on the yada, yada, yada. And we'd have a location on him by now, yada, yada, yada. And then it reveals that he actually did, and he's learning from his old mistakes. Kind of cool. So we kind of put that together very last minute. Kind of cool. Count Draxon. Yeah, that's the trailer I was talking about. Yeah, I've never seen any trailer. I've never watched a fan made trailer with like footage from other movies before. I've never done that. I've only ever watched fan films, like actual movies or real trailers for those. I've never seen a like constructed trailer using old footage. Just curious, did you plan to have Tim Drake as one of the trick or treaters? No, that was never on the plans. Like I said, I didn't want to go incorporating a bunch of characters into the movie from Batman's mythos. I wanted to really focus on it being, this is Michael Myers' night in Gotham. I didn't want to go, oh, Tim Drake's here. I didn't want to go, Robin, Penguin's over there, Two-Face is here. No, I just wanted to make it very apparent that it's a Batman versus Michael Myers movie. My actual first name is Damian. The comic is spelled Damian, though, and I cannot stand Damian. I prefer Grayson as Nightwing. Tim works as Robin for me. Yeah, I agree. I feel the same exact way you do. That was very last minute. What if Batman says Jason and Jason looks at Batman and Jason Todd just shoots Jason in the head? Yeah, see, this is Jason Todd. The Jason Todd talk. So even in the comment section, Jason Todd's overused. It's like everyone seems to love Jason, but I'm on the fence about the character. He, like, don't get me wrong, I love the character, but I think they overuse him for too many things. I don't think he should be in everything. Zach Luther created a fan-made trailer using footage from John Wick and the Halloween 2018 movie to create John Wick versus Michael Myers. That's funny. That's probably fun. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'm better to not overcomplicate things. Personally, I think Tim Burton teased his Batman on influences from Michael Myers via Halloween. Have you seen the 1989 deleted screen title in Is It Halloween? No, I've never seen that. Oh, my leg. Michael Myers versus Bane. That'd be cool. Bane would be like, I will break you. You are nothing. Beg for mercy. Scream my name. Never. I love Bane. I really wish the Dark Knight trilogy did Bane justice. I don't like Bane in the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, I liked his performance, but Tom Hardy's too small to be Bane. He's only 5'9", tiny. Bane's supposed to be like 6'5" to 6'8". They should. What I think, like Hollywood should do, they should stop worrying about hiring a great actor to play Bane. What they should do is hire a great bodybuilder to play Bane, and then hire a voice actor, a great voice actor to voice Bane. Cover his face, never show his face, have the face completely covered like the comic book, the full-on black with the white and the red eyes. Do that, and then have it voice acted by a great voice actor. That's how you pull off Bane correctly. I'm so sick of these studios going, oh, we got to hire the greatest actors. So let's get Tom Hardy, the guy who's 5'9", to be Bane. Redonkulous. It doesn't work. And also his design. I hate the design for his suit. And it's just because I'm a comic purist. I love comic book looks, and I don't like the aspirator mask there, whatever what he wears. Is there a passion project? If there was a passion project for you with no budget constraints, what would you do? Oh my God. That's a good question. A passion project with no restraints. Man, that's a good question. That is a really good question. What do I want to do? I mean, if it's got no budget constraints at all, I would honestly just love to make a Batman movie. Just like
Western Batman.
Yes, thank you. That's it. 100%. I have a cosplay on my on my TikTok where I do a cowboy Western Batman. I would love to do a story about a Western Batman. Like it would take place. It'd be a timepiece movie. It's like a what if movie. I would love to make a movie based in like mid 17 to late 1700s, where Batman is with/fighting Jonah Hex for a bounty, and the bounty would be Killer Croc in a Louisiana swamp. And I would want that to be a pretty lengthy film with like actual like saloons and stunt horses and a bunch of shit. So like that would be my dream project because it's like it's original, it's cool as fuck. I love Western films. They're like my favorite movies ever.
The Outlaw Josie Wales with Batman.
Yeah, Outlaw with Josie Wales, but Batman. That's a perfect example. Or like Django, but with Batman. You know. So yeah, and he would be a brutal motherfucker. I'd have a Western Batman fucking breaking people's arms, with bones sticking out there. These fucking hillbillies in the open field screaming, running away, and Batman on a horse fucking dragging them. Shit like that. It'd be fucking awesome. So that's my dream project, honestly. I forgot about it until he just reminded me. But yeah, no, I've always wanted to do that. And I'd call it what was the fucking working title? The working title was funny. The Good, the Bat, and the Ugly. So it's like kind of like the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but like the good would be Commissioner Gordon, or it would be Sheriff Gordon, or Marshal Gordon, right, rather. And then it would be the Batman, and then the Ugly would be Jonah Hex. So I think that'd be really sick. Let's see. How do you film / create the Batmobile scenes? Did you think AI video generation will make fan films easier? There was no AI used in Halloween Night. The Batmobile scenes are made by a animator. He animated everything and used a bunch of stuff. There was no AI. He actually physically animated it in a computer himself. It wasn't AI. What are your thoughts on Tim Drake? And also for my opinion on AI, I don't like AI. I don't think AI is I don't think it's art. I think it's fake art. It's not real. It shouldn't be used for media for entertainment purposes. I don't agree with the people on YouTube. I've seen a lot of fan films of people just putting together these AI videos and then putting a text in or a voiceover to it. That's not art. That's just bullshit. What are your thoughts on Tim Drake and the recent comics? I haven't read any of the recent comics. I'm going to be honest with you. I have been out of the comic book game for 7 to 8 years now, so I haven't really seen what's going on lately. I can't afford it, honestly. I got my kids and this movie. I haven't really followed along with it, so I don't think I have an answer for that. I'm serious about John Wick versus Michael Myers. That second dream fight after Batman plus John, and it'd be so silly. I'm sorry. I love John Wick. I think John Wick's a great movie, but I can't get behind making a fan film because unless I can have Keanu Reeves, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get some guy who looks like Keanu Reeves or an impersonator. I'm not doing that. It has to be Keanu, and I'm not going to get Keanu. I know I'm not going to. So there's no point even writing it. You need a Marvel character in the next one. No, Marvel is lame. I like Marvel. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think you'll ever see me do a Marvel fan film. If I did a Marvel fan film, it would be Spider-Man, 100%. But Spider-Man's hard because you got to go all CGI the swinging, and I'm not gonna. If I can't do that, if I can't make the Spider-Man have swinging scenes, I'm not gonna do it. It's on tubes here. Type in 1989 Batman is Halloween. What is that? Is that like the AI thing? Because if it's AI, I have no interest in watching it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like AI stuff. I force people to rate my horror drawings. You force them to? Like at gunpoint? What am I? Tell me how good it is. I love horror drawings. You should send them to Instagram. I'd love to check them out. I can't wait to cosplay Poison Ivy with your Western Batman, but a Western Batman would be amazing. Absolutely. Fact. Halloween Night is probably the closest thing we'll ever get to Michael Myers in Chicago. Hey, buddy. Awesome job. Thank you, bud. Thank you so much, DJ Empire. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Keanu or nothing. Exactly. And honestly, even if I had the opportunity to use Keanu, I feel like I'd be like, well, if Keanu's going to be in a movie, let's make him something cooler. Like I like John Wick, but it's not. I don't think John Wick is a character that is fan film worthy, if that makes sense. It's great. You know, they're fun films, but I would never want to make a John Wick fan film. Maybe, you know, Superpower Beatdown, the guys in About the Sun, they are perfect for that kind of thing because they like to do the beatdowns where it's just a short little fight. They are the guys who are going to do that. I want to make movies. You know, I want to make actual film. Not saying that their stuff isn't actual film. It is. They put a lot of money up for their stuff, and it's great. But for me, I don't want to make like little just fights and then move on to the next project. I want to write and develop a story that makes sense to make a actual fan film. That's what I want to make. So if we do another one, it's going to be something like Halloween Night. You know, I also have some cool ideas for original characters, so I'd like to explore that someday as well. Well, at least you made my first dream a reality, so thank you again. Thank you, Count. The equivalent of Batman versus Michael Myers from Marvel could be Spider-Man versus Jason Voorhees. Could work since both are really strong, even if Spidey's is not holding back, and also New York and New Jersey are close. Spider-Man versus Jason would be sick. I can imagine that. That'd be awesome. How about Jason versus Michael Myers? They already did that. There's already a video online about it. I don't know if it's any good. I've never seen it. I've seen clips of it and stuff, but someone already did that. I have no interest. I have no interest in making Michael Myers fight Batman or Michael Myers fight Jason Voorhees. For me, I don't think there's anything to write about there. They both are brooding, quiet, silent killers that kill. That's what they do. I don't think making a movie about two silent characters is interesting. You know, you need someone who could talk. Chainsaw versus knife, like Leatherface versus Michael Myers or Leatherface versus Jason. I feel like that still falls under the same umbrella as Jason versus Michael. He doesn't talk either. He just makes noise. Again, this was freaking awesome. I've been waiting for a long time for Batman to fight a horror movie villain. Thanks again, man. Thank you for checking it out. I appreciate you loving it. That's awesome. I'm surprised you're a Spider-Man fan. I always took you for a Punisher person. I love Punisher. He's great, but Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character of all time. I love Spider-Man. I would never play. If I did a Spider-Man movie, I would solely direct. I wouldn't play any characters. I mean, unless I could find something for myself to play. I don't know what I would play. Maybe Punisher. That'd be kind of cool. Put Punisher in the movie. I would love to play Punisher. I think I can kick ass as Punisher. Adam, maybe we should make a Spider-Man movie. What do you think, buddy? We'd have to make it something really, really cool. Thanks. Thank you, Northern Snowman. Appreciate it. You made a web shooter? Cool. Adam's like, I'm down with Reddit. Adam, question though. Would we want to make a Spider-Man versus like it doesn't have to be a horror character, but would we want to do Spider-Man versus something? Like versus something that's not normal, like a horror character or like a DC character? What do you think of that? And if you guys have any ideas too, what character would you guys want Spider-Man to fight? Doesn't have to be a Marvel character. It could be anything. Spider-Man versus the Fly. Like with Jeff Goldblum, the Fly? Is that what you're talking about? That'd be awesome. Look, it's just this giant fly monster. Spider-Man's like, what the heck? What would you think of Pennywise versus Daredevil, the man without fear versus the alien who hungers fear? It would be interesting fight. See, that it would be interesting if you could figure out a way to make Matt Murdock afraid, because Matt Murdock would not be afraid of Pennywise, and the only way Pennywise's powers can happen is if you are afraid of him. Like as soon as the kids in the book and in the movies realize that they're not afraid and they fight back, it like crumbles in on itself. So it's not impossible. You could definitely write something like that, but you'd have to figure out a way to make Matt scared to make it interesting. Spider-Man versus Blind Guy. What's Blind Guy? Spider to the Fly. Another interesting tidbit: mask making latex is generally offered in two colors. aside from its raw form. Bat black and Halloween white. That's funny. No powers. What do you think would be a cool fight? Batman versus Mothman or Spider-Man versus Mothman? I think Spider-Man versus Mothman would be more interesting. Spider-Man versus Candyman. I don't know. Do you guys want to see the Michael Myers mask for Halloween night? Actually, I can show you guys something even cooler. I have a concept mask. That I'll show it to you. Basically, there was going to be a mask that showed up at the end of Halloween night that was going to resemble what happened to Michael when he fell into the water, because it was like very rocky water. If you look in the shot when he looks over, there's like rocks and stuff. I have a mask that's all fucked up, like it's bloody and stuff. And I'll show you. Hold on a second. Here, hold this, but hold it like this. Don't just want to show this side. Okay. Oh! All right. So these are the masks for Halloween night. Oh, there's two main masks. They look pretty much identical. They're a little squished right now because I had them. This one is the one in a lot of the scenes. I mean, they're both a lot in the movie, but this one's a much smaller one. This is the one that Brian Van Cise wore because he's got a smaller head than I do, and I got this one made for me for a couple of the shots because I wore the cowl, or not cowl. I wore the mask and did a couple shots in the movie. Just for time constraints, when I couldn't get other people to show up, I did put my Myers on, and that's what this one is right here. Hair's a little fucked up because they've been in boxes. I gotta get mannequins again, display them. This is the main one. This is like the hero mask of the film, and this is I recreated this mask with this, and these are both made by Jimmy Falco from Spook House Props. So now what I'm about to show you here is actually the mask. Keep it like there. Is actually the mask from the beginning of the movie. So this is the first mask, the mask that Austin's character puts on when he's like, "Oh, I feel like I killed already." That's this mask, but I kind of did something to it. So it's not original how it was in that scene anymore. But we were going to do an after credit scene revealing Michael being alive. And the damage that happened to Michael when he fell into that rocky water was going to be this. I made that. Kind of mad that we didn't do it, honestly. But what do you guys think? It's almost like inspired by Two-Face almost. But yeah, he got messed up. So if we did a Halloween night part 2, would you guys want Michael to look like this? Or do you want him to look like that still? So yeah, that's the Halloween night damaged mask from when he fell. So in my head canon, we didn't show it, but when he fell off into the bridge, he kind of fell backwards. And then I imagine that he turned his head when he fell, and then a rock smashed his face. And he fell really hard, so. But yeah, no, if I ever did a sequel, this is definitely where I'd want to approach the next part. It's very detailed. But yeah, there it is. Pretty sick. Give me the Rob Zombie revolver mask feel. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween. I don't care what anyone says. I was gonna make part 2. This was amazing. I appreciate that, Marty. I would love to make part 2, but if we do part 2, we got to have a bigger budget. And if we have a bigger budget, I'm going to need help. And so if you guys are interested in that and you do want a kick, Indiegogo, if you I was thinking about doing like a voting poll. Like, what do you guys think? Should we continue the story? Should we make part 2? Should we move on to a new character? That's kind of what I want to do. And I'll gauge that, what people vote for. And if people are interested more in a sequel, then maybe we'll explore that. I'm not going to say yes or no to anything. Adam's going to launch a Patreon soon. So yeah, we'll do Patreon. Adam will run Patreon, and we'll figure it out. And if we're on Patreon, if we get enough members on there, that's when we can talk about what we're going to make next. I agree. A sequel could be badass. There's so many ways we can go. We could just end this and say, "Oh, Halloween Night's done. Let's move on to the next character." Making a sequel would be interesting too. Was Barbara dressed as Black Canary? She was wearing some fishnets. It just was some Halloween costume. It was supposed to be like a Halloween costume. She's wearing fishnets. Girls dress like that on Halloween, So I made her in fishnets, and she had, if you look closely, she's got makeup on her face that's kind of removed. It's like a little dot here and like whiskers. So it's almost like Catwoman in a way, but she's not really. She's just dressed up as a sexy cat, I guess. I don't know. How about for a sequel, it takes place during Christmas instead of Halloween? That way we can see Michael Myers in the snow. Oh God. We could do that. But my brother Austin's got a YouTube channel called the Broken View. It's his band. And you guys should check them out. Actually, they do alternative rock. They're a really good band. He's the singer and he writes all the songs. And we do this. He has these music videos called the TBV Universe, and all the music videos are connected to each other. And the story is like a zombie apocalypse like thing. It's so cool. So it's got every video is connected to each other, and we filmed a lot of stuff in the snow for that. And I'll tell you, filming in the snow sucks. It's cold, wet. It's just not fun. So I like the idea of Michael Myers in the snow. That's cool as fuck. But I've been through it, and it's not fun to film.
Yeah, plus you can also do your diner scene with Gordon.
My dad so badly wants to see a recreation of the animated series scene where Gordon and Batman are sitting at a booth drinking coffee. New Year's Day, yeah. What is the sequel had Michael Myers and Joker tied in? See, everyone wants to see Joker. But I don't know if he's necessary for that story. Like, I would love to do Joker in this story, though. I really would, but I don't know if he's right for Michael Myers. Mask gives Jason Part 7 look with the teeth being seen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, filming in the summer was hot. It was hot and humid, very hot. Well, Adam, we'll have to talk about it. Adam, we're going to have to get together soon and chat about some things. Holy crap, it is midnight. I got to go. Guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you, everyone, who stopped in and said hi and talked to me and stuff. Kind of got carried away. I was supposed to go do stuff right now. But
thank you, everybody, for supporting my son's film.
Thank you for supporting the film. Thank you for liking everything. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys are killing it with all that stuff. I really, truly, heartfully appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Stay tuned. We will do some cool stuff soon. Peace.